Welcome to our first episode of the HawkView podcast.
We're your hosts, Aaron,
Ramon,
Alex,
and George.
and today we're going to be talking about the Mets and the Yankees, and more specifically, their journey to the championship series, basically, yeah. So,
Ramon, you want to start off?
yeah, I know you're a big Mets fan, come on.
Okay, bro. The Mets have been doing an amazing job this season.
Don't lie,
Oh.
don't lie, don't lie.
After Grimace threw the first pitch, the Mets have done
Yeah.
an amazing job this season. Come back having one of the best records in the league. But this postseason, they have sucked.
This against the Dodgers, they've sucked.
Yeah, against the Dodgers, they have sucked.
I wouldn't say they suck because they went up to their conference finals.
I think the best part about October postseason is just like it's a gift and a curse. You know, when you're hot, and everybody's talking about how good you're playing. But when you're cold, and you're not taking any hits, not getting on base, it's tough to really push that narrative. So I think the Mets didn't necessarily play bad. It's just, well, one thing's for sure, they left 12 men on base last night against the Dodgers, and they didn't convert on any runs.
They can't be doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but that is
bases
bad.
loaded.
No, but the thing is, though, is that the Dodgers, they're known to not have the best pitching right now. Their whole staff, starting pitching staff, injured. They only have Yamamoto and Flaherty, basically. And the Mets are really struggling against those two pitchers. And, it's not like those are the best pitchers, in the world. Kind of are, but they're not elite. And they're still struggling. They put up, donuts, and then they're putting up, 2 runs a game. I think the only time they scored more than 5 is game 2. And then after that, and before that, they ain't put up nothing. Their offense has been completely dead.
I think it's fair to give credit to Dave Roberts as well. I mean, to do what he's done with his team, with what he's had this past postseason and across the entire regular season itself. I mean, it's great. To adjust and push this team. I mean, don't forget the Dodgers were down 2-1 to the Padres. They were 1 game away from being eliminated in the division series.
Padres are tough.
And I mean, right after that, Tatis grand slam in Game 3, whoosh! They just completely flipped the switch and just made themselves a better team.
I don't know, man. I mean, honest, with the Mets, this series is not looking good.
Yeah, it's really
Every single game has been a blowout. First game was a blowout. Second game was a blowout in favor of the Mets. But Game 3 and Game 4 has been blowouts. And
not even close. And I feel like I watched Game 1. When I was watching Game 1, I was watching their swing selection and then the pitches they were looking at. It was not looking good. They're hanging breaking balls right down the middle. They're staring at it. But when Flaherty threw it out the zone, the breaking balls, they were swinging every time. I just don't understand it. They had so many times to capitalize, they just couldn't do it. They just wouldn't even pull the trigger, to be honest.
I think so too. I mean, I think that I think one positive thing that the Mets can look at is just being able to get on base. I mean, they had a lot of men on base. They left them on base.
Yeah.
So I think if they can convert on those runs, I think they're in a good spot in this series.
I agree. The top of the batting order for the Mets has been playing really well. They've got
Vientos.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mark Vientos, Lindor, Brandon Nimmo. The top of the batting order has had a .464 batting average, which is amazing. But the bullpen is just destroying the bottom of the order.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso isn't even in the top of the order anymore because of how bad he's been playing this series.
And it's kind of weird because they destroyed the Phillies basically. The Phillies pitching, is pretty decent in my opinion at least, and they completely ruined the Phillies. And the Dodgers, they're pitching once again. Their staff is done basically, and they're not putting up any offense.
It's hard to not talk about the Dodgers' ability, especially their discipline when getting on base. I mean, Max Muncy, the job he's done, especially getting on base. Ohtani, he had 3 walks last night.
Yeah.
I mean, it just sets it rubs off on everybody in the batting order. I mean, look at Betts, 4 for 6, 3 RBIs.
But can we also talk about how Ohtani, his batting average when runners on base is so much better. He's 7 of 9 as of Game 3.
0 for 22.
And 0 for 22 with bases when bases were empty.
This guy's a clutch merchant, bro. This guy, since September, I think he's converted 19 out of 22 hit. He's gotten on base 19 out of 22 times with runners in scoring position. That is insane levels of clutch. I genuinely do not think it's ever been done before. And with the job Otani's doing, like, as a leadoff man, and then think about it. So the top 3 of the Dodgers lineup is Otani, Betts, and Freeman. That is 3 MVPs in their prime, basically.
And Freeman
back to back to back. Yeah, and Freeman's on an injury, and he's still destroying pitches when he is playing. And then you have guys like Teoscar Hernandez and Max Muncy. And that lineup is insane. And guys like Tommy Edman at the bottom of the lineup, they're producing too. And that's just a recipe to just destroy any pitching staff. When they're on, that's an unbeatable lineup.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, just, again, with the discipline, getting on base, scoring runs. I mean, also, think about it. Otani isn't even pitching. He's not even, pitching. He's only doing the batting. And just...
He's already destroying.
Sky's the limit for
He's already
this Dodgers
destroying.
team.
And going back to the injured Dodgers pitching staff, they're missing Tyler Glasnow, very important piece. Clayton Kershaw, former MVP, 3-time Cy Young. Shohei Ohtani, top 5, top 10 pitcher when he's healthy. And Tony Gonsolin, once again, another top 10, top 15, he's a top pitcher as well. And Dustin May, another electric rookie, or not rookie, but younger player. Gavin, their whole staff is just done, and I'm surprised that the Mets can't get anything going. I'm really surprised. But real quick, let's move on to the Yankees.
Okay.
The Yankees, in my opinion, even though they've been winning, it's not very comfortable because I don't think they put up more than 5 runs this entire postseason. And guys like Judge, until recently, Judge has been completely gone.
Oh yeah. I mean, he already has that reputation of just ghosting in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, it's a gift and a curse, right? It's postseason. It's October.
Completely different.
Exactly, and I mean, I don't think the Yankees them going back to the hotel tonight. I mean, do you really think that they came into the series thinking we're gonna sweep the Indians? I mean, the Indians had the 2nd best record in the AL. American League.
They're playing AL Central. The path for the Yankees has been a lot easier than for the Mets. I feel like they're the number 1 seed, right? So they're realistically going to have the easiest path in the AL. But the Royals, they're not really the best team. Even though they made the playoffs, they played in the division, and they played the White Sox, I believe, 12 around. They played them a lot. And the White Sox, they are the worst team ever. Genuinely, I'm not even joking. They're the worst team ever. And without playing the White Sox, the Kansas City Royals, they're a 500 team. I think the record is 79 and 76.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, without playing the White Sox, and so they're a mid-table team basically, and the Yankees struggled with them. And against the Guardians, they're known for. Once they have a lead, they're not going to give it up.
I think that showed last night especially. I mean, I think look at Clase and Weaver, right?
Yeah.
Weaver been the guy for the Yankees this postseason.
Yeah.
I mean, they rely on him every game. He's pitched 4 games in a row. I think 3 games in a row, going to be 4 tomorrow. Today. And, I think it's harder to dissect the pitchers, especially in a 5-game series.
Yeah.
But now, it's different.
It's a 7-game.
7-game series. You got Classy pitching every game. It's easier to, dissect where he's gonna go, watch film.
You're facing them so many times.
Exactly.
Such a
So
short time
I
span.
think that both the Yankees and the Guardians will have an opportunity to really close in on these guys and start getting their groove on. I think that the Indians, with the win last night, they have a lot of momentum coming into this next game, and I'm excited to see how it's gonna play out.
I mean, after all, the Yankees did choke. They choked last night. They were up two in the last inning, and then they tied, and it just shows maybe they don't have somebody who can be that closer for the Yankees.
Well, it's easy to say that the Yankees choked, but you could also say that the Indians choked. I mean, they had 3-1 lead going into the 8th, right?
Yeah.
And Classy was pitching. I mean, he's unbreakable, right?
Clase,
So,
to put it into perspective, Clase had one of the greatest regular seasons ever, and then against the Tigers, as soon as the postseason started, he gave up 3 runs immediately. He only gave up 5 runs total, 5 earned runs total in the entirety of the regular season, and then he has already given up 5 this postseason with this homers he gave up to Judge and Stanton, and I feel like postseason, it could break some people, right? It's a different,
Yeah.
totally different atmosphere.
Definitely.
And I feel like that's
Like with Judge.
Yeah, with Judge, obviously. And with Judge, I feel like he's not really the clutchest guy. He's going to get you there. He's going to get you to the postseason. But once you're there, besides 2017, he hasn't been that great.
So you're saying like the Yankees don't have that one leader that they...
They do. They actually do. And they handed it off, and I feel like it's been handed off to Stanton and Soto. Soto, he already has a ring. He has experience in the World Series, which is crazy to me because he debuted at 19.
Debuted, yeah.
Yeah, and then he won it back, I think he debuted 2018, and then he won the ring in 2019. And he was pivotal for that Washington Nationals team. And I feel like that postseason experience carries over. And Stanton has just been destroying baseballs in the postseason. But the thing is, though, is that they need Aaron Judge. He's their MVP.
He needs to
Yeah.
show up, or
Make it
else, like, you know, Yankees, I don't know.
They're not
it's
putting up
gonna-
runs.
Yeah.
And it's showing. It's showing in the games. They're just not putting up runs.
Yeah, I think an interesting fact is the fact that when Stanton and Judge both homer,
Yeah.
the Yankees are 45-4.
Yeah. Like,
So, I mean, safe to say that the Yankees they need these guys to step up, and I think that this series could easily go 6 or 7 games.
and I feel like if the Yankees play how they're playing against the Dodgers beat them in like 5 games probably. Like the Dodgers will beat the Yankees.
Let's not get too early.
No, because because
Yo,
if
you're going
they
too
get
too yet.
quick. You're going too quick.
no because if the Dodgers, and they most likely will get past the Mets.
You
Never
can't.
know.
You can't say that,
Never
bro.
know.
Yeah, you never know, but
We have a Mets fan here.
yeah,
you can't say
You
that.
never know, but
But if they get past the Mets, I do not like the chances for whoever wins in the AL because the Dodgers right now, their offense looks crazy good.
You have anything to say what he just said, because he says that
Yeah,
your
the
team
Met-
is gonna be eliminated.
I mean, he's right. Like it's very hard to come back from a 3-1 lead in any sport, baseball especially. There's only been 14 times in the MLB history that it's ever happened, and it's all been in, I think, World Series. It's just almost impossible to do. The Mets haven't been playing well. Their pitching has been really bad.
Oh, terrible.
Terrible. Like in the
Terrible.
past in every single game, their starting pitcher has given up 2 or more runs.
Yeah.
And they haven't pitched for more than at least 5 innings.
Yeah.
So they're going through the bullpen, and it's just shown that it's just been really bad. Like even in the game they won, which was game 2, Minaya like gave up 3 runs. Like it's just been really bad for them.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes when I watch the Mets, I kind of just want to turn off the TV.
Yeah,
But I'm like, no, I don't want to watch this anymore. I know how this is gonna end. But like obviously, because the Mets is New York, I support them.
Yeah.
Yo, I support New York. I don't really support the Yankees. I don't really support the Mets. I support New York. But just by the performance that I've been seeing from the Mets, I'm
a
like,
tough
what is
watch.
going on? Please turn it off.
They have to turn it around. If they don't turn it around, obviously they're eliminated. And I was talking this with a friend earlier, and before the series started, I said a gentleman's sweep for the Dodgers. I said that Dodgers will win in 5, and I said the Yankees will beat them in 4. And the way the Yankees have been playing, I thought they would turn it up after the division series, but they haven't.
The Guardians can't come back.
They
I do
definitely
feel like
can.
with that
They
win
definitely
yesterday,
can.
it showed that they can't come back.
And they have momentum on their side. They
Yes.
just hit a walk.
I think you want that to happen.
I do want that to happen, but
Yeah,
they-
how cool would a Subway Series be?
Yeah,
No, I
Subway
mean,
Series would be
oh.
amazing. It's only happened once ever.
Yeah,
But
and the Yankees won that one.
the Yankees did win that one.
Super team.
But like, if you think about it, would you rather have a New York World Series instead of Dodgers and Yankees,
Oh,
or
for sure.
Dodgers and
Yeah.
Guardians?
Yeah.
A Subway Series, 100%. It's just more entertaining because there's a lot of history, and just having to see just the city be basically torn apart.
Yeah.
Between the Mets and the Yankees is
New York,
amazing.
New York might blow up.
Yeah, New York might blow up.
but if we're talking about the 2 best teams in baseball, it's the Dodgers and Yankees.
Yeah,
But like,
without doubt.
yeah,
So, Dodgers Yankees. Is that your prediction? Dodgers
Yankees, and then in that series, I think the Dodgers will win in 5 or 6.
I agree. There's no way that I don't think the Mets are going to come back from this 3-1 deficit. So Dodgers are going to win. Hopefully they sweep.
So no faith in New York.
No, I'm
Not
not
in the
really.
Mets.
I think the Dodgers win. When are they playing? Tonight or tomorrow?
They play tonight.
I think they're gonna win. I think they can take it home tonight.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be watching it. I'll be praying because I really want a New York team to be in the finals. If they lose the finals, all right, I guess I'm fine with that because at least
At least
a
the
New
Mets-
York. When was
yeah.
the last time a New York team has been to the finals?
2015.
2015,
The
which
Mets.
was the Mets.
Yeah.
I mean,
Against Kansas
yeah,
City.
that seemed like ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
If the Dodgers play like they've been playing this last stretch, I think.
They're guaranteed to win the World
Yeah.
Series.
you can't beat them right now. When they're on, you can't beat them.
Any last things you guys want to say about the Yankees or the Mets?
Hopefully they turn it around, but if they don't,
I like the Yankees in this series for sure.
Yeah.
I think that the Yankees have a lot of positives looking into this Game 4 and the rest of the series. So
Yeah, they have definitely a better chance at beating
Yeah.
Guardians than the Mets do at coming back 3-1. But
I
you
mean,
know,
this is saying something because he hates the Yankees.
hates the Yankees, but they do have a better chance. But never say never. Maybe the Mets win the next 3 and go to the World Series.
it's gonna be a great one.
All right.
Okay, that's gonna do it for today's episode of HawkView Podcast. We hope to see you guys again next week.
Please subscribe to the Classic TV and also follow us on Instagram.
Make sure to tune in to other podcasts like Operation Tomato Meter, and
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.